What's up, guys? I hope you're doing well today. Hold on, my hair is wrong. Oh, purse is there. I didn't do a lot of checking first today. Oops. I hope everybody is doing well today. I know it's a bit of an early start. I literally said the opposite yesterday. I'm gonna try and do 2 streams today, one now for a while, one later, if all works out well. But I figured we may as well go now. Hi, Hector. Vicky's here. Mayor's here, of course. Mayor, did you have to start working at Walmart? Is that what happens when you're not wrenched everywhere? I'm just kidding. Go ahead, take your meds if you've got them. It's a good idea. I'm gonna do that. It's not quite dinner time yet for me, but what are you guys having for dinner? If you got dinner on the go or whatever, you know what I mean? Tell me about it. Tell me about it, stud. We do have some court today. We're going to a bit of a different court, not super different. I mean, we've been there a lot. I was looking through my vault earlier today, but of course, my disorganization of the past bites me in my current ass. And it's hard to find a full case on there properly without it being like one we've totally done. So, but I found some new stuff for us today that gets a little sassy. So let's start with that. Yeah, it is Friday. I'm super excited. Hold on, I need to grab my coffee. Yeah, I'm going to grab my coffee. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So now that I have my coffee, let's go ahead and get started with our. Oh my God, you can't change it for 14 days now, Mayor? Now that's funny. I think that's a hilarious story. Why is the chat all fucky? Why? Anyways, we're gonna do court, you guys, like we do. Come on, Pace. Fix this. Get it better. There we go. So we're going to Thurston County District Court. I love this judge. Just really, really enjoy. Why do I seem so frazzled? Because it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I haven't taken any meds. I just took them. Hi, Debs. And I am discombobulated. Look, my bra's showing. Hello, Lola. Hi, Lola. And I'm wearing quite heavy makeup for the daytime, so I feel a little bit funny. It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside.
And I have, I think, at least 4 or 5 matters I could call them. And there are a few folks on Zoom. I need to get a breakout room with them. Okay. But I have in the courtroom with me Kenneth Milton Hemmings. He is number 4 on the 9:30 calendar. And come on up. And Your Honor, I believe the state has a motion on this matter.
Hemmings, 9:30. All right, good morning, Mr. Hemmings.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, so we have one matter on for trial confirmation.
So I was listening to this a little bit. I was doing a little bit. I know this judge does make Vergeer look like a wild and crazy guy, MB. I was feeling a little bit on it today. So I was doing just, like I said, I was looking through the vault. I was trying to find some stuff. And so I scanned through this as I was looking. And I'm just going to say, he gets mad at somebody and calls them out in the next 6 minutes. So I know normally he doesn't, but he did. And immediately, as soon as I heard his tone of voice and what he was saying, I was like, oh, we're watching this. Yes. Because so rare for him to be like that. He's actually very good at doing the temporary protective orders. Oh, that's wrong. Oh, I gotta change some lighting. I'm super red. Let's keep watching.
Yes, Your Honor, and the state is moving to dismiss this case without prejudice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Hemmings, the charges of hit and run and operating a vehicle without a license are dismissed. The trial date on that case is canceled. You don't have to be here, and you have no other obligations under this case.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna give you a written order that shows the charges are dismissed.
So you'll be able to take that order with you.
Yes, discombobulated. Oh, is that a mullet ponytail?
Yeah.
What's going on with his hair?
I'll be ready in just a second.
I apologize. That's just a bit up and a bit down. That's what we call that hairstyle. I'll do one now.
Okay, and then while that's being printed, Mr. Holcomb, there's a no insurance ticket that was issued with the criminal citation. Are you doing anything with that, or do we need to set that for a contested hearing?
Your Honor, I believe the plan is to dismiss that.
That insurance ticket is dismissed as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
A bit up and a bit down, or a piece up, piece down, as my Anna would say.
You're good to go, Mr.
Hi,
Hemmings.
William.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a great day tonight.
You too. Okay, Mr. Guess.
Yes. Your Honor. I have Jaime Montalvo Martinez with me in the courtroom as well. He's number 4 on the 8:30 calendar.
Mr. Montalvo, morning, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor.
So we are here for trial confirmation.
And Your Honor, I would ask the state to state its position first.
Ready to confirm?
On the matter of Montalvo Martinez, Your Honor, the state will be moving to dismiss pending talks.
To dismiss?
Dismiss without prejudice, pending talks results.
All right, so Mr. Montalvo, the charge against you is dismissed. That means as well, the trial date is canceled, so you don't have to be here on September 25th. And all the conditions of release that were placed on you when this case started, those are also removed, and you have no other obligation under this case. If the prosecutor's office decides to file the charges again, you'll get notice of a court hearing. Okay, we'll print the document that shows you the charge is dismissed, and then you're good to go.
Yeah.
Dismiss, dismiss. Wow, what is he dismissal, Dan? Tonight? I promise you, I didn't watch this part. I just scrubbed ahead and I caught some sass. Also, if you guys are just getting here, please make sure you clock in or clocked in for your shift. It's super important and very helpful for the channel. We continue to grow. We have a stunted toddler.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. Mr. Gasling.
Your Honor, I'm also here with Don Hofecker. Come on up, Don.
Come on up, Don.
And
He's
that
coming
is
down to the-
9:30 calendar.
Yes, number 6 and
Okay.
I believe 6 and 7.
All right, so Mr. Hoffer, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, and today we're here for trial confirmation.
Your Honor, Mr. Hofecker and I have had some issues getting in touch. So we now have some updated contact information plan to meet next week to discuss his case. There is an offer on the table. We just need some time to actually go through that thoroughly. before he decides which course to take. So there is a waiver of speedy trial in the judge's folder that I reviewed with Mr. Hofecker this morning,
Is that commencement date today?
today, yes.
Okay. State
No objection from the state, Your Honor.
and so Mr. Hofecker is under some release conditions, including a scram. Is you still have that?
No, they told me I was gonna get in contact and I never got contacted.
Double check the orders, but I'm relatively certain that that was ordered on June 30th.
Yeah, because they told me they'd contact me and I didn't. Otherwise, I'd still have it on.
Okay, yes, I did order that. June 30th. All right, Amy, would you print a copy of the court order of June 30th? All right, Mr. Hofecker, you're gonna take that over to Friendship
Take it to
immediately
friendship.
because you're not in compliance with your release conditions.
Okay.
Okay, you're supposed to have gotten that, Scram alcohol monitor back in June.
Mm.
Okay, they're not gonna call you, you have to contact them. Okay, and that's the same thing with your attorney. Don't, between the two things, Mr. Gasling telling me you haven't hooked up between the two of you and this issue with the Scram monitoring device, I'm developing an impression that you are being passive rather than proactive about your case, which in my view may be causing a delay. This case should be going to trial next week, not we're gonna have a client meeting for the first time next week. That's not diligent preparation for your case. And I'm thinking between those two things, that might be because you aren't doing what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, this is an impression I have, and I could be wrong, but I will not continue this case over and over again if there isn't diligent preparation put into getting it ready to go to trial.
Yes, sir.
Okay, does that make sense to you?
Perfect sense.
Okay, do you have any questions for me about what the expectations are?
No, Your Honor.
Hiya, Jay, Michigan. Hiya, Billy Elliot, Grammy Rita. Sorry, that was him getting mad, by the way. Anybody who watches him quite a bit, he was mad there.
So we'll strike the trial and we'll reset it. So Mr. Gasling, looking at the calendar. How about if we move confirmation to October 27th and trial to November 1st and 2nd?
I don't think that I have any conflicts at this time, Your Honor. So that should be fine on my end.
So October 27th for confirmation trial, November 1st and 2nd. And Mr. Hofecker, any changes in your address or phone number?
No, Your Honor.
Right. So we will send you notice in addition to the notice I just gave you. Now I want you to take that order with you and head right on over to Friendship and get set up with that alcohol monitoring bracelet.
Immediately.
In Your Honor, the PFTC matter, is this going to track with the?
Yeah, it'll continue along with. All right, you're good to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Talk to you next week.
Okay, Mr. Gas.
I believe, Your Honor, I saw Omar
Hi,
Montano
Courtney.
with us on Zoom.
Starting earlier today.
Omar Montano.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Montano, are you with us?
Yeah, sorry, I was unmuting.
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, and Mr. Montano is also here today for trial confirmation.
Your Honor, we are prepared to enter a plea to an amended charge today.
Okay,
And That was in Laserfish, ready for signature. I'm not sure if that's been processed yet.
Okay, after this case on this docket, we're switching over to a different docket that I think you guys are going to really enjoy as well. Let's just say the gentleman has found the Lord. Question mark? Also, if you're just getting here, please go ahead and copy for your shift. Hit that like button. Very helpful. It makes it all the way to Canada, folks. It's so amazing. Lola, apparently the Lord was in jail. That's where he was. Actually, let's go now because this one's boring. So hold on. And Graham, that was fucking hilarious. Question: if you get sent for a friendship, get your alcohol monitor. Is that
Good morning,
officially a friendship
Council.
bracelet?
Good morning, Your Honor. First matter we can address off the 929 calendar is Mr. Lukenbach, cause number 1A07378892. This is a post-disposition matter. It's an active probation case, so we do have a probation report from Mr. Silcox. The allegations are failing to comply with probation and no proof of the chemical dependency evaluation and or any of the recommended treatment. Those are admitted with mitigation. It does look like, per his report, that Mr. Lukenbach did have contact with him after the last time we saw him. So he did speak with him, it looks like a few times in May of 2023. He does indicate that he did, as of right now, he has sort of a lack of resources and I think a lack of stability for that matter, which has been a little bit difficult. He had some conversations with a church in regards to assisting him. But I think he could definitely use much more support, which I indicated is something that probation hopefully would be able to provide to him if he's able to speak with them. Looks like the recommendation from Mr. Silcox is to impose 15 days and close. Mr. Lukenbach would like to ask the court for one last opportunity to comply with the treatment.
Mr. Lord, what is the city's position?
Yeah, Mr. Lukenbach is sentenced on, it looks like December 27, 2022. It's been a little bit more than 9 months. The city is asking for 30 days and waive the alcohol evaluation and treatments and close the file. It's been 9 months, Your Honor. It appears that he has abandoned any sort of treatments.
Mr. Lukenbach.
Yes,
Good morning.
Your Honor.
So here's the situation, and I just want to make sure that I'm understanding what you want. There's going to be a consequence for not having done what you needed to do beforehand, right? So that's what we're talking about now. What I'm told is you still want to be able to work with Mr. Silcox to see about getting treatment. Is that correct? Even if there's a consequence as well.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Last time you were before me, I gave you 15 days and you did contact probation, which I appreciate. It looks like you got back to him again. What happened? Did you follow up with Catholic Community Services? So I know you were given.
Yes, I did.
All right. And what happened there?
I talked to the one down in Renton by my mother's, and then I ended up coming up to Snohomish to my father's place, and so I wasn't able to go to it.
Okay, and you know that there's a Catholic Community Services up in Everett as well,
I wasn't aware of that, Your Honor.
There's one in
Yep.
Shoreline as well.
and one in Shoreline. I'm not sure where your dad is. So they have a number of different places. This is what I'm going to do. I am going to find willful violations. I am going to impose 20 days in jail. I will give you credit for any time served solely on these matters, and I will allow that probation will remain open. However, you understand if you don't make it to your probation appointment and you don't follow through with treatment, you're going to be back before me looking at even more time in jail. I really want you to succeed, Mr. Lukenbach. I think that I hear in your voice, you're kind of tired of it, right?
Yeah.
And so maybe it'd be a good time to, hopefully, I can't do the work for you. All I can do is be a cheerleader, but my cheering involves going to jail, right? So
Yeah.
maybe not the best
Alright.
cheerleader, but I am the one standing back there saying, yeah, if you don't do it, you're going to go to jail.
Maybe not the best cheerleader, but maybe the best cheerleader. Like, can you imagine if in no, she was echoing, Vicky. That was my fault. My mic was on, but and again, I don't wear headphones because I don't like things touching my ears. But can you imagine if we don't have high school football, but I know y'all do probably. So imagine if like the high school football team, the cheerleaders were actually like jail guards. So like somebody sucked, like they got intercepted or they fumbled. Can you imagine if they got put in jail, like a cheerleader jail? With like really hot cheerleaders running around just like, you suck. Why do you suck so much? Be funny. Oh, my brain's funny. My meds have not fucking kicked in yet. Yeah, shank them if they fumble after. Hi, Hayden. KT's here as well. Yeah, my meds have not kicked in yet. They will in about 12 minutes. So until then, like you guys, you don't suck, but like they do. Oh, I do a good Valley girl. Say that. Anyways, and guess what? This is not the dude that found Jesus in this docket, or found the Lord, I would say, in this docket. Yeah. Also, if you're just getting here, hit the like button. Make sure that you do that. It's very free and very helpful. Also let me know what you're smoking today. It is Friday, you fine, sexy people. So that means a lot of us, it's the weekend. Now, some of us, we don't have standard jobs, so our hours are a little bit crazy. But, God, now I'd really like to put into ChatGPT API, like, write a short story about a prison run by cheerleaders that holds football players responsible for their in-game flubs. That's what I want. I won't do that because it's streaming live right now. Okay, let's keep going.
Hopefully a little bit motivational, right? But the biggest motivation is going to come from you. When you have decided you want to do this, I want you to have the resources available. So I'm going to leave you on probation so you can talk with Mr. Silcox. I'd really like to see you succeed. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. So with that, we'll set up an appointment for you. You'll get that in your paperwork. If you don't receive that, please contact the court to confirm when that probation appointment is supposed to be. And you know what? You can call and leave messages for Mr. Silcox. He is your probation officer. Technically, he works with and for you. All right. So let's make this happen. Are you still up in Snohomish County with your dad?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not sure if Shoreline would be closer or Everett, but Both of those have Catholic Community Services, so hopefully we'll be able to get you connected, get you going. When you're in jail, you're going to get released at some point here, probably at the worst possible time. Might be a good idea to have transportation arranged ahead of time. Because you know, and I know,
You know I can't twirl a baton, but I did just roll a joint real quick. So that's like my level of baton twirling, Hector.
getting kicked out the door at the jail at 7 o'clock at night with no transportation available, there's a lot of temptation out there. Right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what we can do. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you. So we're imposing the 20 days.
I am imposing the 20 days. I will give you credit for any time served on this matter.
All right, thank you.
Uh-huh.
No, right, no, we change yourself, please. Ms. Murray. Put up a seat, please.
The next matter to address is Mr. Barre. This is cause number 3A0426053. This is on for arraignment. Underlying allegation here being 1 count of driving while license revoked in the 2nd degree. We did go over the maximum penalty for the charge. We also discussed the potential mandatory minimum penalty. We discussed the constitutional rights he has at this stage of the proceeding. He's indicating no additional questions at this time, and so we are prepared to move forward with the arraignment.
Good morning, Mr. Barre.
Good morning.
Is Michael David Barre your true name?
Micah David Barre. Yes, ma'am.
I apologize. I looked at that too quickly. Thank you. I'm so sorry. And I did pronounce your last name properly.
Yes.
Good. All right. Ms. Pimentel has told me that she went over quite a bit of information with you this morning, including your constitutional rights. Did you understand it all? All right.
Yes,
Ms.
ma'am.
Pimentel.
I will acknowledge receipt of the complaint, waive formal reading, and enter a plea of not guilty on his behalf.
Not guilty plea will enter. Court has previously had an opportunity to review the police reports, did make a finding of probable cause. What is the city's request with regard to release and conditions?
Yeah, Mr. Barr does not have a lot of recent FTA history, so the city is not asking for bail at this time. We're just asking for the standard driving conditions.
All right. Ms. Pimentel?
I know there's no objection to that. Again, that he would just need a copy of the financial affidavit to fill out. He indicates he is working full-time right now, but I did explain to him that process.
All right. So Mr. Barre, I am going to release you on your personal recognizance on the following conditions. They're pretty straightforward. Notify the court in person or in writing of any change of address. That way, if we send you stuff, we know you get it, right? You get it, so you don't have to worry about missing court or things and warrants. So make sure we have a good address. Have no new criminal law violations for which there's probable cause. Make an appointment with your attorney and make it to that appointment. They can't help you if you're not talking to them, right?
Correct.
Make it to your court dates, which I'm going to give you in just a moment. And don't drive unless you're properly licensed and insured, okay?
100%.
All right. With that, we'll set this matter for pre-trial. You are working. I was told, do you work normal 8 to 5 or do you work a different shift?
I used to work 8 a.m. to 4:30 or 8 a.m. to 5. It's like 8 minutes from my house, so I can figure out the correct means to get to work until I can figure out the DMV, like getting like an appropriate like timeline to drive legally in between my suspended. I would assume so. So I'm gonna tackle that today or tomorrow whenever I'm out of here. Talk to them.
I appreciate that, and that sounds like a very good plan. I was actually trying to decide whether to schedule you for in-person or video court. So our in-person court would be on the 2nd of October at 2:30 in the afternoon. Or we can do, I'm sorry, that's a video court. I could set it, it's Monday the 2nd at 2:30 by video, which means taking a break at work. Or I can set it in person on October 5th, which is a Thursday.
I could do Monday.
Okay.
Would my laptop work?
You'll have to download the Zoom program probably.
Then I'll just do it in person to make it easier because I don't want to like mess up.
Oh my God. You don't have to download Zoom to use it, first of all. Also, Donna, hello. Thank you for being here. Orlando Chiquita. That's sad to me that he's gonna go down. How much money? And I just, again, sometimes the like inefficiency of court just kills me. That she, at this, how long day and age has been doing online court for how long? And she never once like sat up or like signed up on her own or just checked on her own. Like, you don't, they just send you a link, you click on it, it opens in a browser, you know? Katie, oh, that's a good reminder. Let me post my link tree, or somebody could, here, I'll do it. There is a, oh no, that's not gonna work. Oh fuck, oh my god. That will. And then I will try and, can I pin it? Oh, that's right. I need to pin the one that comes from. I can't see it. Anyways, so I can't earn money on YouTube right now, and it'll be a little while until I can. I don't think I qualify for the 500 subs number, at least right now on my YouTube studio. It says I still have to hit 1,000 subs. I'm almost at the watch hours already. I've almost hit my 4,000 watch hours on this channel already, which is so fabulous. Thank you all for that. So I don't know. But if you do want to support me, I'm going to post a link tree into the chat, and that link tree has ways that you can help me out, including PayPal, buy me a coffee, and then, of course, there's an adults only link in there as well if you want to help me out via that. Margins are better than YouTube, I'll say that. It still says 1,000 for you, Hector, but you have 870 and you were approved. But okay, well, I don't understand. How did you apply if it still says you need 1,000? Did they email you and invite you to apply, or what? And the first time that I applied, I had already hit 1,000 subscribers. They had not started that 500 thing yet, and I was well past my hours. They emailed you when you hit 500. Now, T-Rex, it says 500 for you, right? Because you've never been monetized before. I know a lot of court channels recently, or a lot of channels recently got that 500 number and were able to hit that. And so I'm super happy for them. And I don't really, well, we'll see what happens. Thank you, Denali Mike. I'm here for you guys and for us to have fun together, to be honest with you. So it'll happen when it happens. The other channel, I'm still sorting out what to do with that channel. Like I told you, the little engine that could just keeps fucking getting subscribers. I'm like, do these people, they don't want me. These new subscribers don't even like me because they're not even talking to me. They're just watching these videos, I guess. My theory would be like, if you liked, like, they can't be watching lives. I mean, the views are still also outstripping this account as well. But again, I told you, I'm not looking at that. I do have like, 50 videos on this channel versus 300 on that channel. So, and I'd like to point out, I've now done 350 videos. We're talking hundreds of hours of streaming, since beginning of March, basically. So let's continue. I know Larry Beaver has taken over the other channel. So let's continue with this court. You guys are gonna laugh so hard when you see the guy I was telling you about, who found his lord. Let's say that.
Downloading or anything
All right.
of the sort. I'll just come in person to make that work more efficiently.
All right, I appreciate your candor. We'll set it for October 5th at 2:30 in the afternoon for pre-trial. And your trial date will be in the November trial term.
Okay.
So if you show up early, your case gets called earlier because your attorney has time to chat with you. So
Okay.
make sure you're on time. As far as court-appointed counsel, if you do wish to be considered for court-appointed counsel, I'll need you to complete the affidavit that will provide to you that asks about your income, your assets, and your expenses. Without it, I can't make that determination. But if you don't want court-appointed counsel, you don't need to fill that out. You can just hire counsel yourself. But you see what I'm saying? If you
Yes,
want to
ma'am.
be considered, I need that affidavit. All right,
Okay.
get it back to me as quickly as possible if you do wish to be considered because you want an attorney on board and ready to proceed at your next court hearing.
Yeah, in about 2.5 weeks. I should be swift.
Yes, very good. All right. With that, I'll see you on October 5th. Take care.
You Thursday. Thank you.
October 5th, obviously. All right, so- Okay. Mr. Kelly. Better see-
Oh, also, we have determined that the background is fake on
Your Honor, the next matter is
prosecutor.
Mr. Kennedy, cause number 3A05355048. This is on for pretrial. We did submit to the court a statement of defendant on plea of guilty. This is as charged to 1 count of theft in the 3rd degree. Mr. Kennedy and I went over the guilty plea form together this morning. He has indicated he has no additional questions at this time. Based on our conversation, I do believe he's making a knowing, intelligent, voluntary decision, and we are prepared to move forward with the plea.
Good morning, Mr. Kennedy.
Good morning.
I have a document before me entitled Statement of Defendant on Plea of Guilty under your cause number and with your name on it. It also looks like you gave Ms. Pimentel permission to electronically sign this document on your behalf. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you have a chance to read or have read to you the entire document prior to deciding to enter into this plea?
Yes,
Did you have a chance to go over it in its entirety with Ms. Pimentel?
yes,
Was she able to answer any questions that you had about it?
yes.
Do you have any questions for me about the document?
No,
All right, we're going to go through this together, starting on page 1, paragraph 1. Is Jeffrey D. Kennedy your true name?
yes,
Are you 33 years old?
yes,
Is the highest level of education you've
Oh, that's a rough 33. That is a rough 33, ladies and gentlemen.
completed the 10th grade?
yes,
Paragraph 4 indicates the crime you're charged with that you intend to plead guilty to today is 1 count of theft in the 3rd degree. The elements of that crime, what the city would have to prove at trial beyond a reasonable doubt in order to obtain a guilty verdict, they were set forth in the charging document that you received. Did you go through those elements carefully to make sure that they accurately describe the crime you intend to plead guilty to today?
yes,
Paragraph 5 sets forth the constitutional rights that you give up by pleading guilty. They include the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury in the county where the crime was alleged to have been committed, the right to remain silent before and during trial and to refuse to testify against yourself, the right at trial to hear and question any witness who would testify against you, and you also have the right at trial to testify and to have witnesses testify for you, and those witnesses could be made to appear at no expense to you. You have the right to the presumption of innocence. It requires that a charge be proven beyond a reasonable doubt before a finding of guilt could enter against you, and you have a right to appeal that finding of guilt after trial. Do you understand that these are your constitutional rights and that by pleading guilty today, you will be giving them up in this case?
yes,
Paragraph 6 sets forth the consequences of your plea. Did you go through those carefully?
yes,
Did you make sure that the prosecutor's recommendation that's written in paragraph 6C accurately reflects what they said they were going to recommend pursuant to the plea agreement?
yes,
But you understand as the judge, I don't have to follow their recommendation or anyone's recommendation. I could sentence you to anything up to and including the maximum allowed by law, which in this case would be 364 days in jail, a $5,000 fine, and 2 years of probation. And if I did that, that would not be grounds for you to withdraw your guilty plea. Do you understand that?
yes,
Has he only said yes? I think he's only said yes this entire time. Yes, 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 yes. Also, William, I think that your questions are better for our entertainment, but I don't think they're what the judge needs to hear. Do you like long walks on the beach? Are you single? I can sentence you up to 3 dinner dates and 1 awkward hookup. But you must have your STD testing done.
You also understand if you are not a citizen of the United States, this plea could have immigration consequences.
yes,
Did you go over all of these consequences with Ms. Pimentel?
yes,
And Ms. Pimentel, did you discharge your duties pursuant to Padilla and Sandoval?
I did, Your Honor.
Mr. Kennedy, has anyone made any threats or promises to get you to plead guilty today?
No.
Are you doing so freely and voluntarily then?
yes,
Paragraph 11 is a statement in your own words of what you did that makes you guilty of this offense. It reads as,
What does it read as follows? And he did say no, KT. I heard it, I heard it, I heard it. What? What is it gonna say, folks? Let's take let's take some guesses in the chat. I'm gonna go hazard a guess. And remember, and this is not to be mean, but 10th grade level. So I'm gonna guess not as verbose as perhaps I may be. Let's see. I'm guessing this is drug related or trespassing related or Home Depot. Oh, it could be Home Depot. You know. Also, she's a maker. Thank you for being here. Did they already say, by the way? Because if they did, well, then you win. Play the game and be a fucking winner. I'm literally like, do I have lipstick on my teeth? I'll have to go check that now. He's Santa's little helper. That's why he was in the chimney, trespassing, breaking and entering. Is that Nico Bellic from GTA 4? Arguably one of the most addictive GTAs in the franchise. Drunk and stupid. I'm not getting drunk vibes from him. Getting IV heroin, to be honest with you. But let's continue on while I check my teeth.
as follows. On July 8th of 2023, in the city of Bothell, Washington, I did wrongfully obtain various items from Big Five with the intent to deprive Big Five of the value of the items. Is that a true?
Okay, I need a lesson. We got to do teach the Canadian girl. What the fuck is Big Five, guys? Sounds like a snowboarding supply store. That's what I'm guessing. A snowboarding supply store. Is that what it is? A dollar store. It is a sporting goods store? Oh, see, snowboarding supply store is a sporting goods store. So I think that I actually win if that's the case. Now, if it is a dollar store variety of a sporting goods store, first of all, we don't have that. Oh my God. Why do I know that then? Why would I have known that? That's confusing to me. I mean, it's pretty specific, my guess, but wow. So what did he steal? That's what I want to know. She said various items. I'd like to hear what he stole, though. I'm still going with a snowboard.
True and accurate statement.
yes,
Do you adopt that statement as your own?
yes,
Then to the charge of theft in the third degree as charged here under this cause number, how do you plead?
guilty,
Guilty plea will enter. I find it's knowingly voluntarily made and that there is a legal and factual basis for accepting the defendant's plea of guilty. Does the city have anything to add to its recommendation?
Yeah, this is a great recommendation. Mr. Kennedy has 5 prior theft convictions, so 25 days in jail is a proper recommendation from the city.
Ms. Pimentel.
Your Honor, we are asking the court to follow the recommendation. He does have about 14 days credit for time served with a prior booking. I think he's in a situation where he could definitely benefit from some additional resources. I did advise him that obviously the court has those, that he can utilize those at any time. It sounds like he's working a little bit sporadically when he can find some work, but certainly nothing that is full-time. So I would ask the court to waive any non-mandatory fines and costs.
All right, Mr. Kennedy. This is your opportunity to tell me anything that you would like me to take into consideration before I pass sentence. The fancy legal term for it is your right of allocution.
Mr. Mitchell covered everything.
All right, thank you. I am going to follow this recommendation. I think it is actually a little on the light side given your history, but I think it's appropriate given what Ms. Pimentel is indicating that you would like to take advantage of some resources. I really want you to do that because I want you to make a change. I don't want to see you back here in stripes, right?
Right.
All right. I'd like to see you come in and tell me that you've figured out where your.
Did he fucking boss her because he's wearing his clothes inside out so there's no stripes? Do we see just a tiny little bit of a smile when he's like, I'm not in stripes that you can see? Like, oh my God. She can fix him, William. She can fix him. She can fix him. When nobody believed in him, she did.
Path is in life that's not going to lead you to talking to judges all the time, right?
Right.
All right. So I will follow this recommendation. 364 days in jail with 339 days suspended, giving you 25 days to serve. I will give you credit for 14 days already served. $5,000 fine. I'm going to suspend the entirety of the fine and make a finding that you are currently indigent and waive any non-mandatory cost, fees, and assessments. I am going to place you on probation for 24 months. It's going to be monitored, not supervised, which means you don't have to meet with the probation officer, but you can certainly, as indicated, come in and ask for resources. All right. You don't.
Like drugs? Can I come in and ask for drugs? Are they going to give me drugs or what? I mean, by monitored, she means she will be watching him. What the fuck good is monitored but not supervised probation for somebody who even already has priors? I can understand maybe for like a first-time offender, but
their job is to help make sure that my job is easier, which means fewer people on my calendar. So if I get you to a place where you're not committing crimes, I get to take a breather, right? I'm lazy. I don't want to work, right?
okay, Judge. First of all, that is... Oh, my neighbors are outside talking again. Anyways, that is a line I've used on my dog as a parent. I'm lazy. I don't, well, not quite like that. It's more of a guilt trip, you know, like the guilt trip she's putting on him right now. Like, listen to what she's saying here. First of all, I'm lazy, but I did manage to go ahead and go to university for like, I don't know, 8 years, and then like maintain a career where it was quite, you know, competitive and exhausting, and then be appointed to a prestigious position on the bench in order to judge other people. But yeah, I'm super lazy. Super lazy.
Make sure that my job is easier, which means fewer people on my calendar. So if I get you to a place where you're not committing crimes, I get to take a breather, right? I'm lazy. I don't want to work, right? So you're on probation for 24 months. Simple things, no new criminal law violations for which there's probable cause, and no contact with Big Five. Okay, those are my two primary conditions. I want you to keep your address up to date with the court, because if I do think there's a violation of those conditions, I'm going to set a new court hearing, which you will need to appear at any future court hearings. And the only way you're going to know about that is I'm going to send you a summons. So if I don't have a good mailing address, you won't get that summons. And then we end up talking like this again. I think you'd much rather, even if you wouldn't love coming to court, you'd probably much rather be in person in court, right? Than talking like this. Yeah. So make sure we have a good mailing address. Okay. All right. With that, good luck to you. Wish you all the best, and please do take advantage of the resources. We have a resource center for a reason. And that's, again,
so that I can creep on my super projects that I can fix later. He does look dumbfounded. Oh my God. You guys are killing me. I love it. Just wait till we get to our guy. Okay? Just wait till we get to our guy.
to try to put me out of a job.
Thank you.
All right. You take care.
Oh, sorry. Going to check something. I was like, hey, Rich, hold on, please.
It's not him. But Chris's iPhone
Mr. Smith, good
GGBJ is
morning.
back.
Good morning, Your Honor. We have Mr. Gingrich in front of us, and Mr. Gingrich would like to take advantage of the city's offer and take responsibility for his actions and plead guilty to 1 count of theft in the 3rd degree. We went over that guilty plea form. I believe he's making a knowing, intelligent, and voluntary waiver of his rights by pleading guilty.
Yeah. Morning, Mr. Gingrich.
Good morning.
Gingrich, is that how you say your name?
Gingrich.
Say it again.
Gingrich.
Gingrich. Okay, thank you. I have a document before me entitled Statement of Defendant on Plea of Guilty under your cause number 33640. Has your name on it. Looks like you gave Mr. Smith.
Is that Shane Dawson? I'm not even fucking kidding right now. Is that Shane Dawson? Watch this.
Has your name on it. Looks like
right there. The 1 second back from here.
33640 has your name on it. Looks like
there. Does that not look like Shane Dawson? You know, I've caught random famous, not famous, but like, I don't know, fame adjacent people before on Brian and Kimmy, welcome. Also, Beverly Bradford, welcome. But seriously, I did a case on my old channel that was about that YouTuber lady that had like over 1 million subs, and there was a TPO against her. And then I can't remember where, but there was the NFL, I think Mikey and Credence and Mikey did that one. But anyways, like the NFL player that was cheating on his wife and he wanted a TPO against his mistress. And then there's been a couple other like sort of, is Shane Dawson a name you should know? Shane Dawson is a very famous YouTuber. And I feel like he looks like that maybe the last time I looked at him. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. First of all, I'm just gonna show you here. Hold on. Wait, I don't need to go that way. Wait, I'll make it easier. That's him. It's basically him. From sideways. That's Shane Dawson. It's the same guy we're dealing with here. Yeah, so nobody would maybe likely know. Let's just see. Oh, he's my age. Actually, he's younger than me, slightly. And, stalk much? No. I mean, I'm just on YouTube a lot. Let's just see how many YouTube. But I would bet I'm not even subscribed to him. I'm not, but he has 19.2 million subscribers. So you can sort of, think that I'm stalking, but really he's just got 19 million subs and only 571 videos. I say it like that because let's remember the channel I started earlier this year almost 300 videos in like 5 months. So, anyways, hello, Cachette. Is Shane in jail? It does look like him, right? Like, seriously, he literally looks like him. Oh, the rapper bloke too, Debs. You're right. That case was famous. And then there was another few, I think, child or like custody or divorce cases in Texas that had some sort of famous adjacent people. Lucy, thank you for being here. Rudy Giuliano. Is it Giuliani? Are you talking about the mayor of New York, the former mayor of New York? He we know him. 19.2 million people don't watch him after the drama. I know. There was all this drama. I know. Oh, I like hot tea. I'll tell you that. Anyways, guys, if you're just getting here, clock in for your shift, hit the like button. We're watching some court, and the piece de resistance is about to come up here with a gentleman who has some unique explanations as to why he is going to be different going forward. So please stay tuned as we watch this. It's Friday. So if you're just getting here, oh, you know what? It's almost been an hour. That's a good time for a med check. Let's go ahead and call that med check, folks. That means if you take medicine, go ahead and take it. If you don't take it, come down to the chat. Tell us what that's like. We'd love to hear from you. Never had anybody come down yet. And also, let us know what you're smoking if you're smoking it, what you're drinking if you're drinking it. And if you're like Presto and it's your Monday, you can come here and bitch about that too.
You gave Mr. Smith permission to electronically sign this document on your behalf. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have a chance to read or have read to you this entire document prior to deciding to enter into this plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have a chance to go over it in its entirety with Mr. Smith?
Yes, ma'am.
Was he able to answer any questions that you had about it?
Yes.
Do you have any questions for me about the document?
Not the document specifically, but maybe about release and you know.
Talking about the sentence that's going to be imposed?
Yeah.
All right. So once we've gone through the document, I will give you an opportunity to talk about the sentence and what you'd like to see happen there. Those two things are kind of two separate things. Okay. So with that, let's go through this together, starting on page 1, paragraph 1. Okay. Is it Breland? Is that how you say your Breland? Sorry, Breland von Gigrich. Is that your true name?
Yeah.
Are you a prince? Breland von Gigrich? That's quite the name. No shade being thrown, by the way. Truly. He's obviously of Dutch descent, I would imagine. Maybe, I don't know. I say that like obviously like I fucking know, because the only person in my life that has a last name that starts with a Von is Dutch. So
Yes.
Are you 38 years old?
Yes, ma'am.
Is the highest level of education you've
oh, let's guess his highest level of education. Okay. And again, this is when some people that are new to the channel get a little turned off. They're like, wow, you guys really like, it's like when we used to bet on the children if they would get released or detained. You know, that rubbed some people the wrong way. I don't really care. We're watching this because we want to. KT saying high school, William saying 9th grade, Mayor Wrench McNome, the official Walmart greeter for 14 days, is saying the 12th grade. Lucy's going to say some college. Billy Elliott says, we're getting a dismissal, Billy? You think there's going to be a dismissal here? I don't think so. We're past that. I'm going to say 11th grade. Hi, Paul. Welcome. High school. I'm seeing a lot of high schools. I'm going to say 11th. I just think that might be chest hair. It might be a bit of a like necklace tattoo. 10th grade. You're a mean one. Mr. Von Gigrich. Grinch. How do we say that? 3rd grade Jay from Michigan. Now that would be me. That would be hard and sad. But again, actually, this is a great time to remind everybody. Most of us are, I've said this before, and somebody said, well, they could use voice to text or whatever, but still the reading part is difficult. I believe that we are mostly privileged here to be all literate to different levels, if we're going to be honest. But illiteracy is still a big problem in many first world countries, including Canada and the United States. So please be kind to those who you see struggling with reading or writing, even as adults. Instead of judging them, offer a helping hand. Sometimes that's all it takes. Thank you. What would you do? Episode about milkshake ordering that's made me so cognizant of adult illiteracy.
Completed the 14th grade, which tells me about 2 years of college. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Woo, Lucy, you should buy yourself a lottery ticket, girl. You got it. 2 years of college, 14th grade, baby. So yeah, Lucy got that one, some college. Jody, it's harvest season and you have a major storm coming, busy preparing. Please be safe. I know Hurricane Lee is taking a pee everywhere. Let's say that. Lucy on the ball. Lucy in the sky with diamonds. But we have spell incorrector. It's not about the spelling. It's about actually being able to read it. Read chat. Like most people here you went to 14th grade with. Oh, fuck.
Paragraph 4 indicates the crime that you are charged with that you intend to plead guilty to today.
Oh, let's pick for this one too. Did we already hear it? I don't even remember if we did. So let's pick. I think he's going to be guilty of entering an SODA. Stay out drug area. A soda order, I believe. So 14th grade, Beverly, we've talked about this before. Apparently, they just keep going after 12. So 13 would be 1 year of college. 14 is 2 years of college, which I did not just make soda up, William. It's real. And they actually talk about soda orders quite a bit. A lot of different areas will call that a red zone. Whoa. Oh, I just had a really weird flashback. Which I don't have very often, again, because I don't have a visual imagery, but I just had this absolute memory. Oh, must have been a dream. Or I asked this girl why she was in trouble. And then as I was saying, were you in the red zone? She said I was in the red zone at the same time. But anyway, so red zone is, or like a red zone area is what a lot of people call that. So they, oftentimes it's a standard place where the police know, like, this is the red zone. It's not marked red in real life, but it is meant to be etched into the mind of people banned from it. I'll say that. You have 2 doctorates. So what grade is that? Okay, Paul, you just have to count exactly how many years you went to college, let's continue. What did we decide that he did? I'm guessing soda. Is anybody else going to make a decide? Oh, loitering in Wawa. Remember, this is in Bothell, Washington. Do they have Wawa? So, Mayor, it's still how many years you went to school in my assumption. So, after 12th grade, you start back counting again. How long did it take you to get your master's, right? Like 10, 5, 10, I don't know how long it takes. Is that like a 4-year undergraduate? And then, see, I sound almost like I know what I'm talking about, but I quite obviously have never been to university. Well, I've been there, but I've never been to a class. But I've been to the university in our town. Doesn't look like what you think. In the States, I was always, when I grew up, I was always like super jealous of what appeared to be like these university towns where everybody went and lived on campus. We don't really have that here. There's like one area for student housing, but most people live around the city. So nobody's hanging out at the campus. Like nobody's on the quad, as you guys would say. I don't even think they have a quad. They have a robust bus terminal, I'll say that. Okay, mean mugging. A Walmart reader. That's a weird sound coming from outside. I'll have to go check on that. Let's figure out what it is while I determine my next steps.
Is one count of theft in the 3rd degree. The elements of
From
that
Home
crime were
Depot?
set forth in the charging document that you received in this case.
I
The
see
elements being
menacing.
what the city would have to prove at trial beyond a reasonable doubt in order to obtain a finding of or verdict of guilty. Did you go through those elements carefully to make sure that they accurately describe the crime you intend to plead guilty to today?
Yes, ma'am.
Paragraph 5 sets forth the constitutional rights that you give up by pleading guilty. They include the right to remain silent before and during trial and to refuse to testify against yourself, the right at trial to hear and question any witnesses who would testify against you. You also have the right at trial to testify and to have witnesses testify for you, and those witnesses could be made to appear at no expense to you. You also have the right to the presumption of innocence. It requires that a charge be proven beyond a reasonable doubt before a finding of guilt could enter against you, and you have a right to appeal that finding of guilt after trial. Do you understand that these are your constitutional rights and that by pleading guilty today, you will be giving them up in this
Bye,
case?
Hector.
Yes, ma'am.
Paragraph 6 sets forth the consequences of your plea. Did you go through those carefully?
Yes.
In particular, did you make sure that the prosecutor's recommendation that's written in paragraph 6C accurately reflects what they said they were going to recommend pursuant to the plea agreement?
Yes, I believe so.
All right. Would you like me to go over it just to make sure?
Sure.
All right. So it looks like they are recommending 364 days in jail with 350.
Look at his face. Look at his fucking face. Oh my God. I'm going to try and match it. Look at this. Oh my God. Oh, okay.
Recommending 364 days in jail.
Yeah, right there. Wait, I gotta tie my hair back too. Hold on, please. I need to assume my next character. Oh, I have an idea for how I can make the hair spiky, but I don't think I can do it. It's hard. Okay, and then could I spin it like this? I mean, from the back, it's a little bit spiky. It's not super spiky. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Got the pins. Look at his face. Look at his face. That is the face of fucked around and found out. Okay, folks? Like, look at his fucking face. I love it. Why is that doing? Oh, I know. Well, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it, so I'll just do the face. Oh, it makes my eyebrows look the same. Don't do that to your foreheads, folks. You'll get fucking wrinkles like me.
With 354 days in jail suspended, which leaves 10 days, that they want me to give you credit for time served, a $5,000 fine that they're deferring to the court as to whether any of that or all of that should be suspended. And that I simply close the case, that I not impose any probation, that the case would just be closed at the end of that. That's their recommendation. Is that what they said they were going to recommend?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, but you understand as the judge, I don't have to follow their recommendation or anyone's recommendation.
Yes, ma'am.
I could sentence you to anything up to and including the maximum allowed by law, which in this case would be 364 days in jail, a $5,000 fine, and I could impose 2 years of probation and set conditions. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And if I do that, you understand that is not, will not be grounds for you to withdraw your guilty plea. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You also understand if you are not a citizen of the United States, this plea could have immigration consequences.
Yes.
Did you go over all of these consequences with Mr. Smith?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Smith, I apologize. Did you indicate that you had discharged your duties pursuant to Padilla and Sandoval?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
All right. Mr. Gingrich, has anyone made any threats or promises to get you to?
That is a hard face to make. Also, you can't even talk like that. Wow. Whoa. That's funny. I think I don't frown very often in that way. He is deep frowning, right? Like, try to make your face look like that. I can do it, but it actually hurts. He's like holding it like that. Is this his? He's like, she gonna decide right now. Give her the puppy dog lip. Give her the lip. That's my puppy dog. I'm not gonna do it. I'll need it one day. I'm holding back my puppy dog lip. You guys already know my puppy eyes, but
Plead guilty today.
No, ma'am.
Are you doing so freely and voluntarily then?
Yes, ma'am.
Paragraph 11 is a statement in your own words of what you did that makes you guilty of this offense. It reads as follows. On December 26th of 2020.
oh yeah, what store did he steal from? I'm just almost positive it's Home Depot. I'm just almost positive it's Home Depot or Safeway. Those are my two choices. Home Depot or Safeway. Seriously, I can't hold my mouth like that. That's weird. And I am very good at holding my mouth in what some would consider uncomfortable positions for long periods of time. So that's impressive.
20 in the city of Bothell, Washington, I did wrongfully obtain unauthorized control over the property of another with the intent to deprive them of such property. I took a delivered item off a porch, which was food, and ate it. Is that a true and accurate statement?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you adopt that statement as your own?
Yes, I do.
Then to
What did he take? Like somebody's HelloFresh order? HelloFresh or actually not a sponsor yet. Not a sponsor, not a sponsor. So I won't even say any other names. But when they sponsor me, we'll talk all about them. I'll remember this case. I'm going to mark it down with possible really good lead into ads. Although, is it good to talk about how the product got stolen or that it's so good that somebody's willing to steal it off your porch?
the charge of theft in the third degree as charged here under this cause number, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Guilty plea will enter. I find it's knowingly voluntarily made and that there is a
Was it
legal
on Boxing Day, Debs? Hold on, we gotta go back and hear that. Also, they don't know what Boxing Day is in here. I do. That's December 26th, folks. But was it really on 26th? That's sad because but in the States, that's a normal delivery day. It's not the same as in Canada or in the UK, where Boxing Day is like a statutory is almost as dead in a way as Christmas. It is a shopping day, I'll say, but not like a delivery type day in Canada, I would say. I think she did say the 26th, so I'll just go a bit for it again. Always funny to me because Boxing Day is actually not a statutory holiday anymore, but it is a like sort of grandfathered in, and if you have a good union, like My ex-husband was in the Teamsters union. A lot of them have that already put into their contract regardless. Grim, if it's stolen from your porch, is it then Goodbye Fresh and Goodbye Box? Wait, what's the other one? There's Fresh Box. Oh no, I'm not saying them until they pay me.
Degree is charged here under this cause number. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Guilty plea will enter. I find it's knowingly voluntarily made and that there is a legal and factual basis for accepting the defendant's plea of guilty. Does the city have anything to add to its recommendation?
Yeah, nothing further to add. The city is recommending, was recommending 5 days, but he has served. This will be his 10th day. It's booked on the 5th of October.
Okay, now I'm really hoping that he stole a whole box of groceries. And I know that's bad, but I mean it. If you serve 10 days and all you stole is a meal from somebody's like Uber delivery, Uber Eats or whatever, that's sad. That's too much time. I'm sorry. Also, Grim, thank you for being here. You always make me laugh. Appreciate it. I'm being serious. Again, why is punishment doesn't match the crime half the time? Earlier, did we not have a dismissal of somebody fucking doing a hit and run drunk? But we got this guy who can't fight it in the same way. He's got Paul iPhone GGBB or GGBJ down here at the bottom. Barely can connect in half the time. And he's serving 10 days. I just realized my phone's about to die. I have to race to get the other to get my charger so that I don't miss any of this. So let's keep watching this. I hope the next guy doesn't start yet because it's so fucking good.
Of September. So the city is asking that he'll be given credit for time served and schedule his release for today. He does have bench warrants out for 3 other theft charges plus a bird number 2 charge.
I see that. All right, Mr. Smith.
Yes, Your Honor, we'd ask court to follow the recommendation. This is a case that's over 2 years old. I think it's appropriate. The client does get food stamps. He hasn't really been working. He tells me he's been voluntary down at God's Little Acre in Lake City. So at this point, he has really no income and ask the court to waive all non-mandatory fines.
All right. Mr. Gingrich, this is your opportunity to tell me anything that you would like me to take into consideration before I pass sentence. The fancy legal term is your right of allocution.
Yes, ma'am. I've been trying to make a conscious effort to better my situation. I really wasn't doing very positive with my life because at that time when I took that food off a porch, my mom had just passed away. And I know that's not an excuse, but I didn't care at that point. I do care. I am making a conscious effort. Like my attorney said, I volunteer with a program at God's Little Acre. We're called Pacific Northwest from the Heart. And we do weekend meals for the community.
Where I steal them off people's porches and then I give them to the community. I'm joking, obviously. But again, sometimes to me, I think it backfires on people who are like, I volunteer for the community and I help them all. It's like, yeah, but you stole. So, like, it's not as cut and dry and easy to mitigate that. Also, the mitigation like that should be coming from Paul or Chris. His name's Chris. Sorry, yelling Paul. Don't know why. From Chris's iPhone. I'm trying to make this smaller so you can see. His name is Chris's iPhone GGBB. 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 I love you, GGBB. Again, how do you make that be your iPhone name? You had to enter that, right? Chris's iPhone is the default. That's the de facto in. And then we got GGBB. I love it. It just rolls off the tongue. GGBB. No, it's GGBJ, which doesn't roll off the tongue. I just like it's GGBB. I know it's good girl blowjob, but for me it's good girl blowback. Good God, blowback. I want it to be a B. I don't know why. Okay, let's continue. You guys, like I said, piece de resistance for this docket is coming right up. And I'm trying to sort out how to get my hair perfect for it because I do want to match the hairstyle. But it's hard. It's hard. Oh yeah, I think that's gonna do it. Play, Judge. Come on.
I'm trying to get my life back on track. And if you give me the opportunity, I promise I will stay away from your courts.
Mr. Gigrich, I appreciate you wanting to stay away from my court. Every court probably would be a good plan, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You had a pretty bad spell there, it's clear, and it didn't end in 2020, unfortunately. You've got that burglary charge pending in King County. I am always thrilled when I hear stories of people who've turned their lives around. Because my whole reason for doing what I do way back when dinosaurs roamed the earth and I decided what career I wanted was to stop crime. I wanted to do something that meant, and I'll be blunt, meant that it would be safe for people to walk on the streets at night. Haven't really succeeded yet, but I'm still working, right? So I would love to hear your success story. But you've got a lot of stuff you got to dig out from. And so I am going to follow this recommendation simply because you've got enough on your plate that, and enough places that are probably going to keep an eye on you. You don't need me to do so. I will follow this recommendation. I will impose 10 days in jail. I will give you credit for any time served solely on this matter. I will not impose a fine. I will make a finding of indigency at this time and waive any non-mandatory cost, fees, and assessments. So the case will be closed. Mr. Gigrich, I don't want to see you back in my court except to stop in and tell me how great life is going. Only if you want to. All right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Take care.
You too.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good luck, Mr. Gigrich. Your Honor, that's all I have. Thank you.
Have a good day, Mr. Smith.
Well, you too.
Thank you. All right, I think we have the Issaquah jail has connected at this point.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm ready on Chase Deal, and that's cause number 3A026385. This is on for arraignment. It looks like Mr. Deal had missed his original arraignment, did schedule a motion to quash, and then it looks like was booked into custody in Issaquah on that day, and so he was not able to appear for the warrant quash hearing. This is an allegation of one kind of attempted theft in the second degree from an incident date of April 18 of 2023. I did have the opportunity to go over the maximum penalty with him. We also discussed the constitutional rights he has at the stage of the proceeding. He's indicating he has no additional questions at this time, and so we are prepared to move forward with the arraignment.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Deal. Oops, your microphone is muted, and we're actually seeing you sideways. So I don't know if you can turn the device other way.
Can you turn your life around, son? Can you do it? Can you turn the camera around, son? That's the first question here.
One more. Oh. There you go. Oh, no. There we go. Perfect. All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. You're here for arraignment, so I need to confirm that Chase Robert Deal is your true name.
Yes.
His name is Case? As in court cases that we watch every day? Wow, buddy. Really? Is that his name? Also, he looks much less like Shane Dawson this way. Way more like it this way or whatever he was. Oh dear.
That Chase Robert Deal is your true name.
Yes.
Ms. Pimentel.
Are you saying Chase or Case? Listen, Paisley, come on now. Come on, focus.
Chase Robert Deal is your true name.
Yes.
Chase. So it works for Chases. If
Ms.
you like
Pimentel just
Chase.
told me she went over quite a bit of information with you this morning, including your constitutional rights. Did you understand all of it?
Yes, I did.
Ms. Pimentel.
Your Honor, we'll acknowledge receipt of the complaint, waive formal reading, and enter a plea of not guilty on his behalf.
Not guilty plea will enter. The court has previously made a determination of probable cause. What is the city's request with regard to release and conditions?
Yeah, the city's requested to maintain bail amount $3,000 in this case. Mr. Deal has 35 lifetime FTAs with 25 of them since 2019.
Hold on, what? 35 lifetime whats? DTAs or arrest cycles? That's not even that high. We've heard over 100 in certain courts before, but let's just double check that, please. Also, William, again, this judge, like, if we pretend like the questions she asks are for a dating show, it's fucking hilarious to me.
Of probable cause. What is the city's request with regard to release and conditions?
Yeah, the city's requested to maintain bail amount $3,000 in this case. Mr. Deal has 35 lifetime FTAs with 25 of them since 2019.
Okay, let's just break that down for a second. 35 lifetime FTAs, which stands for failures to appear. 25 of those happening since 2019. So in 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, I guess 5 years. What did you say, T-Rex? Like car chases that never happen when I'm able to go live? I don't know how to host a car chase. I'm not there yet. I'm not there. I can't host car chases, even though like I've sold cars. I know a lot of car stuff, a little bit of car stuff. Not a lot, like a little. Mostly sales points, to be honest. You think he's going to get a tether and get let out? I mean, it's freaking Bothell. So they'll be like, well, I mean, it's freaking Bothell. They already gave him a $3,000 bond on, after he's had 35 lifetime FTAs. Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, seriously, with those people, you might want to chip them.
And of those outstanding cases, there are 2 outstanding bench warrants on him at this time. I understand that he's been booked in the jail for quite a while, but the city's concerned about the 25 bench warrants that last since 2019. In addition, the city is asking for no return to the Home Depot if he is released.
Ms. Pimentel.
Speak up.
There's no objection to standard conditions. It looks like he's been civilly trespassed from Home Depot, so he does understand that. He indicates to me that he will be in custody, I believe, until the 2nd is what he indicated, serving the commitment on the Mercer Island matters in Issaquah. However, he is requesting the court release him today on his own recognizance. The Marysville warrant looks like was issued while he was in custody. He was not aware of the King County warrant. Looks like that's a new case, so he has not been arraigned yet. That's a failure to appear on an arraignment. But I did give him all that information today. He indicates he is working and is hopefully going to be still working once he is released from custody. Given that he did try and get that warrant quashed with us before he was booked into custody, he is asking the court to release him. If not, he's asking the court to not to set bail any higher than $1,000 cash or bond. He would also like to be considered for court-appointed counsel. I think given the custody status, I don't see a conflict. Again, this is a Mercer Island hold, so I don't see an Issaquah conflict here. And from the history, I don't see any additional conflicts. So I believe my office should be able to be assigned.
All right. Mr. Deal, I am going to maintain bail in this matter. I was looking at the failures to appear and hoping to see a pattern that maybe you had made it to some, but it looks like almost every month you failed to appear for something that you had the opportunity to appear for. So I'm going to go ahead and maintain bail. I'll set this matter over and we'll address it by a Zoom calendar on a 9:30 calendar. Let me see. I'm going to place the conditions that if you do post bail, you need to notify the court in person or in writing of any change of address, have no new criminal law violations for which there's probable cause, make an appointment with your attorney, make it to that appointment. They can't help you if you're not talking to them. Make it to your court dates, which I will give you here in just a moment. And no contact with the Home Depot. With that, I'll set this matter for video court And
Ms. Pimentel, did you want that just next week or how long?
I think we could probably, let's see, date wise. Why don't we put this? Is it possible to put it on to the beginning of the week of the 25th?
Sure, we can do that.
When I'll be in Florida.
so we'll do that, Mr. Deal. We'll give Ms. Pimentel a little more time. I am going to make a finding that you do qualify for court-appointed counsel and direct appoint her office based on the totality of the information before me. So with that, you will have counsel and we'll have you back. Madam Clerk, are we going to set this to Tuesday?
Yes, Tuesday, the 26th.
Tuesday, the 26th at 9:30 in the morning. So we'll see you then. Okay. All right. With that, and again, if you do post bail, you will need to appear, or I guess you won't be posting bail because you're serving a sentence. So this way you are getting credit for that time as well towards this case.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see you on the 26th at 9:30 in the morning. Take care.
Thank you.
Okay, and like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this, I believe now, coming up. How can this be? T-Rex, hold on. I sent it earlier. Swear to God. Oh, it's a different one. That's okay. We'll just start watching that one in a second. It's fine. It's just more court for us all, you guys. You're gonna love it. I am gonna fix my hair though because this is like a face-on hairstyle, as you can see out the back here. That's not good. But the dude has this little pony sticking up. You're gonna love it. So we're gonna let her finish talking here. If she's done, no, I didn't imagine it. I actually did some prep, just not very good because I played the wrong video. But that's fine. I don't care. I love spending time with you guys, and so let me just hit play. We'll see where this goes, and then I'm gonna go and grab the other video and we'll watch it.
And we do still need to address the 9:30 matter. I don't believe he's appeared. I don't see anybody in the waiting room. I'm not sure if he appeared at court.
I don't believe he has appeared or contacted the court.
All right, Mr. Lord, what is the city's position?
The city is requesting a bench warrant amount of $5,100.
$5,100 warrant is authorized.
$5,100.
And with that, I believe that concludes the morning calendar.
Yes.
Might conclude your morning calendar, Judge. Doesn't conclude mine. Folks, give me one moment while I go ahead and grab that for us. This is another great time. It's only been a half an hour, so we probably don't need a med check right now. What I do need from you, though, is to think about commenting more on my videos after the fact. I love all of our conversation during the fact, but the comments would be very helpful. I'll just say that. Also, and you know that YouTube Daddy don't care what you say. You can fucking hate a video and that's still helpful. That's so funny to me that I got the wrong video, but don't worry, I've got the right one right here. Nope.
Good morning.
Judge.
On our first matter, we can
Judge.
address off the 9:29 calendar.
No. You need to listen to me, guys. Really had it up to here with both of you. My God, it's like a replay. This guy looks like this first guy from the other one. I wonder I was confused. Oh, it's probably not working. I blocked T-Rex on purpose. I'm just kidding. Also, guys, if you are, oh, thank you, MB. I so appreciate that. Honestly, it is weirdly helpful and the engagement is lovely, so I appreciate it. Oh, we've got Miss Yell here, our Rule 9 intern. And like I said, this is the one. I apologize for, like, I guess, is that clickbaiting? I don't think it's clickbaiting, but I promised something there that I didn't deliver. but this one, it will deliver. You're gonna love it. Also, we'll try and do the hairstyles as we go. It's hard for me to hit the guy hairstyles, I'm finding. Oh my God. Okay, I can hit this one. Oh no, I don't have my headphones. Damn it. Where'd he go? Oh my God, I look like so cute and sassy.
Good morning, everyone. We're here for the Bothell Municipal Court 9:30 calendar for Friday, the 15th of September. I'm Judge Mara Rosano. This calendar is being conducted on Zoom. It is also being live streamed to YouTube in order to accommodate the open courtroom doctrine. Anyone watching on YouTube who wishes to participate in a particular case needs to go to the Bothell Municipal Court website, click on the link to video court, and then click on the link to video court and let the administrator know which case it is you wish to be heard on. That information will be conveyed to me, and the official record of these proceedings will be made and maintained by the Bothell Municipal Court. Anyone making a recording without having obtained prior approval of the court may be subject to legal action, including but not limited to contempt proceedings. With that, I believe we are ready to proceed this morning. Good morning, counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor. The first matter we can address off the 9/29 calendar is Mr. Hebert. That's cause number 3A04266052. This is on for pretrial. We did submit to.
We've talked about Hebert. There's going to be a discussion about his name. Okay, what the fuck is going on? But this is only from 5 hours ago. So how is he again in court? I'm sticking with it. I believe this is the video we're supposed to watch. We're going to stick with it, you guys. Oh. You know that I could charge you guys for commands? Like I could make them cost points or chips.
The court a statement of defendant on plea of guilty. This will be as to count 2, which is the controlled substance possession charge. Upon the court's acceptance of the plea, I believe the city is moving to dismiss count 1. I did have the opportunity to go over that document with Mr. Hebert this morning. He's indicating he has no additional questions at this time. Based on our conversation, I do believe he's making a knowing, intelligent, and voluntary decision, and we are prepared to move forward with that plea.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Hebert.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Wait a minute. I think you pronounce your last name Hebert, don't you?
Yes, Your Honor.
I did remember that correctly. All right.
Me too.
Mr. Hebert, I have a document before me under your cause number and with your name on it called Statement of Defendant on Plea of Guilty. It looks like you gave Ms. Pimentel permission to electronically sign this document on your behalf. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you have a chance to read or have read to you the entire document prior to deciding to enter into this plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you have a chance to go over it in its entirety with Ms. Pimentel?
Yes, Your Honor.
Was she able to answer any questions that you had about it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions for me?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we're going to go through this together. Starting on page 1, paragraph 1 is Jacob A. Hebert, your true name.
Yes.
Did I pronounce your first name properly?
Yes.
All right. Are you 25 years old?
Yes.
Is the highest level of education you've completed the 12th grade?
Yes.
Paragraph 4 indicates the crime that you're charged with that you intend to plead guilty to today is one count of knowingly possessing a controlled substance. The elements of that crime, which are what the city would have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt at trial in order to achieve a verdict of guilty, they were set forth in the charging document that you received. Did you go through those elements carefully to make sure that they accurately describe the crime you intend to plead guilty to today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Paragraph 5 sets forth the constitutional rights that you give up by pleading guilty. They include the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury in the county where the crime was alleged to have been committed, the right to remain silent before and during trial and to refuse to testify against yourself, the right at trial to testify and to have witnesses testify for you, and those witnesses could be made to appear at no expense to you, You also have the right at trial before a finding of guilt could enter against you, and you have a right to appeal that finding of guilt after trial. Do you understand that these are your constitutional rights and that by pleading guilty today, you will be giving them up in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Paragraph 6 sets forth the consequences of your plea. Did you go through those carefully?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you make sure that the prosecutor's recommendation that's written in paragraph 6C accurately reflects what they said they were going to recommend pursuant to the plea agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
But you understand, as the judge, I don't have to follow their recommendation or anyone's recommendation.
Yes, Your Honor.
I could sentence you to anything up to and including the maximum allowed by law, which in this case would be 180 days in jail and a $1,000 fine.
Your Honor, I know that sounds a little bit strange, but in crafting the new statute, that is what the legislature has determined on a first offense.
I realized that when I went through that, so thank you. And if I did that plus 2 years of probation, Mr. Hebert, if I sentenced you all the way to the maximum, that still would not be grounds for you to withdraw your guilty plea. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
I also understand if you are not a citizen of the United States, this plea could have immigration consequences.
Yes, Your Honor.
And under the new statute, I think there's required treatment. Is that correct, Ms. Pimentel?
Don't know that it's necessarily required, but it is heavily recommended.
Okay.
I think that's the purpose of the statute and the purpose of crafting it the way that they have as far as the mandatory penalties are concerned.
Right. All right. All right. So. I'm just looking for those mandatory penalties. So, Mr. Hebert, you understand this is a new statute, and so consequently, I have a lot of learning to do.
I understand, Your Honor.
I think specifically, Your Honor, you're talking about section C, which is in talking about in lieu of booking to refer to services. But I don't know that that just says the prosecutor is encouraged to divert such cases for assessment, treatment, and other services.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was thinking that there were mandatory penalties that I needed to impose, but it doesn't look like that, Mr. Hebert. So did you go over all of these consequences with, including the consequence that you, regarding, I'm sorry, did you go over all of these consequences with Ms. Pimentel?
I did, Your Honor, yes.
All right. Ms. Pimentel, did you discharge your duties pursuant to Padilla and Sandoval?
I did.
All right. Mr. Hebert, has anyone made any threats or promises to get you to plead guilty today?
No, Your Honor.
Are you doing so freely and voluntarily then?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Paragraph 11 is a statement in your own words of what you did that makes you guilty of this offense. And it reads as follows. On September 6th of 2023 in the city of Bothell, Washington, I did knowingly have in my possession and on my person a controlled narcotic and did not have a valid prescription for said narcotic. Is that a true and accurate statement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you adopt that statement as your own?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the charge of count 2, knowingly possessing a controlled substance that as charged here under this cause number, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Guilty plea will enter. I find it's knowingly voluntarily made and that there is a legal and factual basis for accepting the defendant's plea of guilty. Does the city have anything to add to its recommendation?
Good morning, Your Honor. Sarah Yell, the Rule 9 intern for the city. The city just requests you follow this agreed recommendation. Because the defendant voluntarily entered into this guilty plea, the city moves to dismiss count 1.
All right, I will grant city's motion to dismiss count 1. Ms. Pimentel.
But we are also asking the court to follow the recommendation. Again, I think pursuant to the elements of the crime as well as the new statute and what the intent was, I think this is definitely appropriate. He has served the credit at this point. And we did discuss what that process looks like as far as probation and getting the evaluation is concerned. I think if the court will give him a little bit of time, obviously I indicated that he'll get probation's contact information and he can work with them. Hopefully they can assist him on getting started on getting the evaluation. He does have those other warrants, but I don't know that they will serve those. So hopefully he will be released. He does know he needs to get those taken care of. So he'll work on that once he's out of custody as well.
All right. Mr. Hebert, this is your opportunity to tell me anything that you would like me to take into consideration before I pass sentence. The fancy legal term for it is it's your right of allocution.
I know I've been on an up and down roller coaster the past couple months. I lost one of my closest friends from childhood. There's no excuses for my behavior on that, and I know that. I don't have a job currently, so I don't have a means to pay much fines, and I'm kind of digging myself out of a hole. So I would ask that if there is any fines imposed, they not be too harsh. But yeah, I'm just sorry for the things I've done, and I'm just trying to move forward.
All right. Well, Mr. Hebert, I recall that you and I had a conversation at your arraignment where you had told me about the loss of your friend and that's really made a change in your life. I am hopeful that we can help make that change. When my probation officers, I don't know if you're around, I say this all the time, their job is to make my job easier, which means they're supposed to succeed with you. They're not supposed to be sending me a whole bunch of reports that people aren't succeeding. So if you're working with them, they're going to work hard with you. All right.
Yes, sir.
And the goal is that you never have to see me again unless you want to, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So with that, I am going to follow this recommendation. I am going to impose 180 days in jail with 171 days suspended, giving you 9 days to serve, giving you credit for 9 days served, which means you will be getting out. $1,000 fine. I will suspend the entirety of the fine. I appreciate that your information, and I will say that this court's goal is never anything with regard to money. I would rather you use that money towards treatment and towards getting yourself into a situation where you never have to talk to another person dressed like I am, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Unless you want to, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I am going to place you on 24 months of probation, and it will be supervised probation, meaning we will give you a probation officer, but otherwise with regard to legal financial obligations, I will make a finding that at this point in time, you are indigent and waive any non-mandatory.
Mayor, I was going to ask, how many likes can you leave? I was perplexed at the like to viewer ratio, but I figured it was from you. I appreciate that very much. And I have now posted that actually. The reruns are available, if you will, on that channel. So.
Cost fees and assessments. With regard to your probation, the big deal is going to be to get an alcohol drug evaluation and follow the recommended treatment. I'm going to give you 60 days to get that evaluation done and the report back to the court. All right.
Sure.
So that's where a lot of people trip up and they end up spending a lot of time talking to me because the the treatment provider is not going to go to jail if that report doesn't make it to the court.
Yes.
So their motivation is not quite as high as yours.
Yes.
You need to be the one making sure that it gets to the court. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, your probation officer should be able to help you get that done. All right. Remember,
Yes.
they're there to help you. So let's get that taken care of. If you get the evaluation, I want you in treatment within 45 days of that. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
The other conditions are pretty straightforward. No new criminal law violations for which there is probable cause, and keep your address up to date with the court. The reason for that is I'm going to say that you have to appear for any future court hearings. If we do have to set any, I'm going to send you a summons. You're going to want to know about that because if you don't get the summons, you don't know, you don't show up, and we end up talking like this again, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Which I'm pretty sure even if you don't love the idea of ever having to see me again, you probably would rather do it in person than as you are right now, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Like in person.
I am going to place a condition on you that I know is a difficult one, but this is the one that I hope will help down the future. I want you to abstain from consuming alcohol, marijuana, or any non-prescribed drugs. All right?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's our goal. Understand, your probation officer is going to work with you. We want you to succeed. So I don't know that I will hear about it if there's a one time, but when it starts to become regular, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I say that, I don't know. My probation officer might say, yep, you need to be held hard and fast to that rule. They're pretty good at figuring out how to do these things. They've been doing it for a while. And they're actually pretty good at making my job a lot easier. All right. So let's get you there. All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. With that, is there anything I missed, counsel?
I don't believe so. Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. Hebert, good luck to you. And hopefully, no offense, I don't see you again.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks. You too. Take care.
Your Honor, the next
In fact,
matter we can
skipping
address
him,
is Mr.
sorry
Bourgeois.
guys, because I want to be able to really deconstruct this one with you. I just do. That's what it, but I got to fix my hair. So hold on. I need to fix my hair a little bit. This judge is too nice sometimes. I really think that. I think they really need to just sometimes not always come down hard on people, but like, it's just difficult. It's so difficult. I get it, right? Okay. So now what I need though is just this little puff right here at the top to come out, and then we're going to be perfect, okay? Because you're going to see our star of the maybe I'll take out this bumper thing. Our star of the evening, if you will, is about to join us on stage. Welcome to the stage, everybody. You'll see. I fucking honestly. Well, and you know, MB, it is municipal court, right? Like we do have to keep that in mind. Like we're watching municipal court. This is not state superior or if you're in Canada like me, provincial court. Like I guess it's city court. What would we have? Do we have local court? I don't even know. Look at me, like we have courthouses, but I feel like all the stuff is like municipal. Or not municipal, sorry, provincial. Probably should learn something like that. Maybe, maybe not. Let's watch. I mean it, you guys. I wouldn't want to watch this with anybody but you. Let's enjoy.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
And the next matter to address off the 9/29 calendar is Mr. West Ugartechea as cause number 22-37. This is a post-disposition matter, so it's on for review. This is not an active probation case. It looks like the allegations today are failing to comply with a consumer awareness class, and there are new criminal law violations. These
Okay, failing to comply with a consumer awareness class. What does that even mean? Somebody's got to look that up. Is that a stealing class? Is that like theft prevention, basically? What the fuck? Also, look at the volume in his hair. You guys, I'm jealous as fuck. I might have the length, but look at his volume at the front. I mean, is that he's not washed his hair in a while? Is it because he's back combed some of that? Is he doing a hairstyle? I don't know. Like, look at my hair. First of all the back, I got some volume down here. No, that's not volume. That's gravity. Okay. Pulling my hair down. And yet he seems to be defying gravity. And like, it's up. Oh, I got a wee bit there. I got a little bit. But again, like, he's living his life like this in jail. Is it some sort of like no, they wouldn't give them, I don't know. He looks so angry. He's like, my fucking roots need done so badly, and I have to be in this jail because I didn't go to my consumer. What channel was it? Somebody was hopefully looking it up. Consumer. What was it? I just said it. Anyways, let's continue. Well, I'll go back so I hear what she says, and then we're just finding out. Jay from Michigan. He's over 9,000, Billy, for fucking sure. I need to. Oh, you're right. That's exactly it. I just haven't reached my final form yet. Okay. I'll accept that. Like my bun, I can make this stay together a little bit more. I think one of my favorite things that I do now is the recreation of the hairstyles. I wish I had wigs so that I could like throw them on. Oh my God, that'd be so fun. Channel goals.
Review. This is not an active probation case. It looks like the allegations today are failing to comply with the consumer awareness class, and there are new criminal law violations. These are all out of the city of Linwood. You can see they do appear, the majority of those appear to be unresolved. However, he did enter into a statement of defendant on plea of guilty yesterday. It's unclear how many of those he actually pled guilty to, given that the doc.
Okay. Again, all three of the women on this screen, all four women on this screen are looking at his hair in awe. Okay. Again, the volume is just, look at both Sarah and we got Caitlin. Judge Rosano has some more body to her hair, but you got Caitlin, you got Sarah, and you got me with just straight lackluster hair. No offense, girls. I deal with it all the time. Okay. So it's just hilarious to me. I'm literally jealous of this dude's hair. If what it takes is to not wash your hair for a week, fuck it. If I could, I mean, my hair won't even stay in curlers if I do it overnight. I've had hairdressers like curse me. They're like, oh, your hair is like so fine, but yet like it's too silky. I can't even, yeah, anyways. It's my own problem. It sounds like a you problem, Paisley.
Dockets are not updated. He actually was booked into custody on the 28th of August. They did a competency evaluation, and he was opined to be competent to move forward. He indicates that he did receive credit for time served. He referenced some sort of treatment component, although be it I'm not sure whether or not that is a substance related treatment or whether that's a mental health related treatment. He referenced, again, taking his medications, but it sounds like there is going to be some sort of probation aspect. He indicates he does need to report to a probation officer once he is released from custody. So in so much as sort of that's where we are, those are admitted. I think with that mitigation, obviously, there's been, I think, both going on, both substance as well as mental health going on, obviously, pretty significantly over the last 2 years. I think that's kind of very evident from the criminal history.
And I do see that actually the Linwood dockets are updated to indicate the plea, but they don't indicate the sentence.
Conditions.
Yeah. All right. Ms. Yell, what is the city's position?
Based on the 7 new criminal law violations, city requests to revoke 30 days.
And with regard to credit for time served, do you wish the court to give credit for time served, run it concurrently, consecutively to the Linwood matter? What is your recommendation there?
Credit for time served. I believe the credit started on the 6th, if my memory serves correctly.
He was booked on our warrant on the 6th. I think, again, just because we had seen that he was in custody. So Madam Clerk had them serve the warrant.
All right. All right. And Ms. Pimentel, your response with regard to credit, are you asking me to go all the way back to when he was booked in Linwood, or are you in agreement with credit from the 6th?
Hello, Mikey. Have you enjoyed your day off? And you're here to fuck Friday or F Friday? What does that mean? Follow Friday? Thanks for being here. Buckle up because this is unfortunately going to be the end of our evening after this gentleman, but I saved the best for last. So everybody's going to enjoy his explanations, or what we call allocutions, or the judge would say. But yeah, we've been having a really good night. What did you have for dinner, Mikey? And that's a great question for everybody. What did everybody have for dinner? If you didn't like what you had for dinner, tell me what you wish you had for dinner. And because now it's like what, 7 o'clock on the East Coast? So some of y'all have probably eaten. We started early today. I saw a hole. You know how I like to fill holes. Yeah, what a fucking show so far. What did he do to his hair, Beverly? I just tried to make my hair like that. I somewhat accomplished it. I'm gonna have to do it again, but I'm like jealous, just like me and Sarah. We're jealous of the volume he has. I just can't get that volume. Taco salad, Jay from Michigan. I like the sounds of that. I made a taco salad this week that was delicious. Billy Elliot on a seafood diet. If you see it, you eat it. Yeah, I know. Mayor, your fucking new name with your new job title is just messing me up because I'm like the official Walmart grader because I figured out how to sort of bypass names in a way, but not when you change them like that. So thank you for that. He's a messer. He is first of all, doesn't he look just super angry right now? His brows are like compared to that guy we had earlier who had the like surprised not me judge face. Anyways, like I said, when he gets his chance of allocution, like this judge loves to explain, he allocutes. We'll say that. We'll say that. Mikey, make sure that you've clocked in for your shift, please. We have a very good ratio going right now.
I mean, obviously, I know that he's hopeful the court would do so and run that concurrent. I think as we have seen for most people, staying in custody longer tends to decompensate. I think he would benefit by being able to get out and hopefully, connect and receive his medications and also get engaged and enrolled and going in probation with Linwood. Certainly that's not a condition here, but I think based off of what we've seen and the evaluation, I do think that that's definitely something he would benefit from. He does indicate that when he's out, he's going to hopefully also be looking for a job. It sounds like he does have some housing already lined up, so hopefully that will be helpful as well. But I think the sooner he can engage in probation services, the better.
And I'm sorry, when did you say he was booked in?
The Linwood warrants, I believe, were served on the 28th.
That's correct.
The 28th of August?
Correct.
All right. It's just not clear from the docket I'm looking at. That's why I was. All right.
Okay, but Debs C69, what are the thickening products? We talked about this earlier. If it's just humidity and time and like dirt, jail dirt, I guess, that's making his hair so fucking voluminous, then I guess, I don't know. I've never experienced jail dirt hair before. I'll say that. Oh my God, it's a hard hairstyle to emulate, but I have way more hair than him, but it's just long. Like I said, gravity. I don't have the height, I have gravity. And he's got a new job on Monday, Billy Elliot. Yeah, of course he does. Like what the fuck what would you get in jail that you could use? Like most of those types of sprays and stuff I would think would be possibly weaponized. So you're not gonna be giving people fucking cans of hairspray in jail, right? Oh, Debs, the natural serum that all inmates can supply. Oh, I know you ain't talking about saliva, girl. Oh my God.
Mr. West, Ugata Chair. Good morning.
Morning, ma'am.
Is there anything that you would like me to take into consideration that Ms. Pimentel didn't cover? Or you can say anything, even if she did cover it.
Well, I recently I have a way of communicating with God.
Just quickly stop there for 1 second because it happens really fast. Really, really fast. You said it. I didn't, Mikey. I think we should just listen to that again just a little bit quickly because that's a banger way to start off your allocution, right? Also, that guy's just disappearing. I was like, who the fuck is this moto guy? Did I forget about somebody else being in this conversation? No. So for somebody who's able to communicate with God, stumbles over his words quite a bit. I'm just saying.
Or you can say anything, even if she did cover it.
Well, I recently I have a way of communicating with God and stuff like religiously. So,
Okay, and so now she's covering her face. Like, wait for it. Look at the other two girls' faces too. They're like, oh, okay. Is this what we're going with today? I'm glad he clarified it was religiously that he's speaking to God. I mean, you're not lying, Mikey. We do talk to Satan on your show all the time, or you do, or he talks through. I'm not quite sure. My contract with Satan is not the same. So, private appointments only, usually on my end. But you know what? We all negotiate our own futures. That's the reason for his hairdo, Beverly, right? Like he's closer to God. Oh, but wait, there's a twist, you guys. There is a twist coming up. And another reason he needs to be released that I don't think I've ever heard before, or a reason of reform that I've never heard before used in court.
I recently adopted the Hindu like eating, like I'm vegetarian, stuff like that. So just keeping order with God stuff. Communicating with God and stuff like religiously. So I recently adopted the Hindu like eating, like I'm vegetarian, stuff like that. So just keeping order with God stuff. And I'm trying to go to church more, and
So I'm confused if he's picked up multiple religions. Do Hindus not have temples? Not churches? Or is just the Hindu vegetarian diet his like that's what I mean. Like I've never heard anybody humble brag about being a vegetarian in a court case. I live on Vancouver Island, so I've heard people humble brag about the most intense fucking vegetarian veganism you can imagine. In fact, great story. Y'all know that I used to run a mommy group, and in that mommy group, we had mommies and daddies, all the different kinds. But I went to a lot of birthday parties. I went to a lot of first birthday parties, especially because, you know, I knew a lot of these people from pregnancy through their baby's first birthday, and I love to talk and I'm fun at a party, and I was a lot more appropriate back then. So, you know, I went to a lot of first birthday parties for kids. But you know what? A first birthday party for kids, they're actually for adults because the kids are one. They don't know. They do what you tell them at that point, pretty much. So, oftentimes they're pretty fun parties. And there was one couple, I've probably talked about them before because she went to India and got her new name from an ashram there, and that's the name she went by. And I did not like calling her by her fucking fake hippie name. So, anyways, we always had that issue. But regardless, they invited me to their daughter's birthday party. Her daughter has another such unique and ridiculous name that I can't even say it because it'll dox her because there's nobody else stupid enough in the world to have the same name. But anyways, for the 1-year-old birthday party, they were raw food vegetarians. So that means that nothing's cooked. And they literally all the food was raw, and the cake for this baby turning 1 years old was a raw sweet potato pie. And I think it might have been vegan. Like I think they didn't even use fucking dairy in the crust. And I remember like walking in, like looking at this table and just being like, ah, this is why are there so many people still here? I mean, you can come and go quick. If you got a kid, you just pinch them and they start crying, you can leave like really quick, most places. So, I don't know why anybody was still there. And then I turned the corner and over in the baby pool, they set up a keg. So it was a fucking keg party for a 1-year-old. Obviously I was joking about pinching children to get out of parties. You don't need to pinch them. You just train them to cry on command, and that helps too. But seriously, I remember nobody touched the fucking raw food table. Some of the hippies did, but um there was much more activity around the keg. We'll say that. I don't drink, so to me, I was just like, we're leaving. You're gonna have to start your crying routine. Let's get going. But yeah. So, and again, I live in Hippieville, USA, as I say it, even though it's in Canada. So I'm well used to all the hippies and their vegetarianism changed my life thing. But that poor baby's, I mean, thank God they can't remember the first birthday. Child's gonna have so much therapy later in life.
I'm really obsessed with God, and I try and do. I've been trying this past year, really my hardest to figure out what's going on with my life and why it's so chaotic, and I've been getting a lot better. This is the best it's been so far. Like that one of those charges for Linwood was I overdosed and I tried committing suicide that day, and I don't want to die.
Okay, that's a really that escalated quickly. You guys don't ever want to die. But I feel bad about that. If you are ever in need, please remember to reach out to somebody in Canada, in the United States, actually in the United States. I think it's 978.org or dot, what is it? 978lifeline.org, or text something like that on your phone. Just look it up. They're there to listen at any time. If we're on, come in here and talk to us. We're not anything close to medical professionals, but we are weirdos that have a lot of time on our hands. So, leave your problems here. And again, I'm glad that he's finding, but I'm a little concerned about like going to church, becoming a vegetarian. Like he's going to a lot of different places, and I feel for him. I want him to do well. And the judge, you can look at her face. She's changed her posture on this too. She was laughing before when he said he was speaking to God, but she feels for him now. We all do. I'm sorry I made fun of your hair, buddy. Not sorry.
I don't want to go to heaven yet, and I'm done with drugs. I'm not gonna. I usually when I get out of jail, I get a cigarette, but I'm not even gonna smoke a cigarette when I get out. I just want to get my probation and get everything like do everything right. I'm trying. I need to. I have a lot of power, like with my me being disconnected the way I am to human beings. Like people looked at me for light and knowledge and stuff. So like there's a lot of people that are getting hurt on earth, and I need to help quench that fire. I think I have an important job. We all do.
And I do appreciate that. Alcohol and drugs are not going to help you do that, right?
No, I'm done with them. No, I'm done.
Who are you meeting with probation in Linwood? Do you know the name of the person?
I'm not sure yet. I got to call them when I get out, if I get out.
Okay. All right. Well, and I did read the police reports that were submitted with regard to the Linwood matters just in preparation, and it is clear to me, Mr. West Ugachea, sorry, that your crimes there are associated in primarily with your lack of housing, looking for things. But when you're stealing 4 bottles of whiskey.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Okay, so this is going to be interesting as well, and reminds me of the Kensington camera that's being watched all over the internet lately. he's going to admit something here. Again, this is probably actually admitting to another crime, but I'm going to watch his lawyer's face this time when he says this. But where in lots of high crime areas, you can sort of go shopping. People I've heard have gone shopping before where they like go down and order what they want people to steal for them, and then they sort of pay like 25 or 50 cents on the dollar for the items. A lot of the time, like grocery store stuff, like meat or things like that. So he's gonna now admit here that he has stolen 4 bottles of whiskey, not for himself to drink. No, but for something else.
Primarily with your lack of housing, looking for things. But when you're stealing 4 bottles of whiskey,
Yeah, that's for drugs. That's for-
yeah. So those things make me concerned. So I am going to make a finding that there were willful violations of my conditions, and I am going to follow the recommendation and impose 30 days in jail. I will give you credit for time served. And I will do that from the time that you were initially booked in. I'll run it concurrently with the Linwood matter. But you were booked on my matter on September 6th. So you're going to get credit from them, but it will run concurrently with Linwood. I'm going to maintain my probation over you but I'm going to authorize that it can be transferred to the Linwood probation officer to monitor. Okay.
Good.
So once we know that there's an established Linwood probation officer, then my probation officer will basically tell me that they've confirmed that, and then I will close the probation on my case. I just want to make sure that, because I don't have information in the docket yet to confirm that, I just want to make sure that you are actively participating in probation in Linwood before I do that. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Your Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
can you specify the number of days you want?
I made a mistake earlier. It's 988lifeline.org, not 978lifeline.org. I don't know. But I think it's also you can text 988. Yeah, text or call 988 from your phone if you or somebody you know is in crisis and needs help. Okay. Again, it is hard for some people to reach their bottoms and okay, I'm a child. Why am I laughing saying that? So Sheena, you're not. I'm in fact very early. I may even do another stream later tonight, depends on how I feel. We're coming to the end of this one. It's been a good one though. It's worth a watch. But I may indeed do a late night stream like I promised. I just wanted to get in an early, I saw a hole in the schedule and you know how I like to fill holes.
Want him to have credit for?
Sure. Let's give him credit for
Today would be 17 from a 28.
From the 28th, today would be 17. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'll go ahead and agree to that. We'll give him 17 days credit.
Thank you.
Mr. West Ugatachea, I wish you the best of luck. I want you to connect with your probation officer there in Linwood. These police reports make me think that Linwood is where you choose to live most of the time, so it should be easier for you to connect there. Okay.
So do I have to serve another 14 days or something?
I think you'll get credit for time served, so it shouldn't be much more. I don't know if you'll get out quite yet, but it should be soon.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks.
Yeah. All right. Good luck to you.
You too. Thanks.
Those are all the
look at us.
matters
We have
that were
another case
physically
after this.
transported. Miss Kim, I believe, should be back any moment to address Mr. Williams off the 9:30 calendar, as he was present. We do have a few, or he is present. We do have a few matters to address that were not transported. The first is Nicole Collier, cause number.
Yeah, say hi to God for us, bro. Please and thank you. let's skip a lady who didn't show up. I remember I did listen to this. And then we got, who was that popped on her iPhone? I'll try and come. But here we go. Haley coming to you on the stage now from her car. Haley.
If we have any matters that are ready,
Yes.
otherwise I can take a recess, whichever.
Your parent is here. He does have
And
two matters
Sean
ready.
Parent's wig.
Very good. All right. Good morning, Mr. Parent.
Good morning, Your Honor. We can take Haley Tremaine.
All right. And then there we go. Good morning, Ms. Tremaine. If you can unmute your microphone. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Very good.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Ms. Tremaine, good morning. You're here
Good
for,
morning.
so I need to confirm, is Haley Grace Tremaine your true name?
Okay, we are going to guess her age, ladies and gentlemen. And what a freeze frame I have left her on. Yes, such a bitch, Paige. No, seriously. Let's guess the age before we get going. She's gonna tell us here in a second. So actually, let's guess age and highest level of education. And then we'll try and get 58, Billy Elliot. Come on now. Come on now. You guys are fucking mean. You guys, she's 36. I'm going to guess 36. A rough 36, but 36. Yeah. And highest level of education. So Sheena's saying 42. Highest level of education would be 10th grade. She does look a little bit rough. No offense, Haley. None at all meant. I look rough sometimes. If I don't wear makeup, people ask me if I'm sick. 60 and 9th grade. Oh, no way. I don't know a lot of 60-year-old women that wear fake lashes, but she's wearing fake lashes. Maybe that number is going to increase as we keep going in time. But as of right now, pretty rare. Okay. You're probably having fewer women in their 50s wearing false lashes on a regular basis. This is court, and look, she didn't dress up. This is what she's got. This is what she wears. So 56 and 13th grade, which we know means 1 year of college. 60 and 9th, 45, 56, 13th. What did I say? I said 36. Did I guess a highest level of education? Yeah, I don't think I did. I'm going to say, did I say 36 or 37? I'm going to say 36. Completed high school. I think she completed high school and she's 36. Thank you, T-Rex. Debs, they're offensive to you. They're offensive to me too. Sometimes I experiment with putting false lashes on and I'm always so angry with the results. I rip them off my face. I wonder like, why? You know, I question a lot of things in my life. And yeah, lighting is a bitch. It's hard to make it work. It's hard. But I'm super pale. Like, you can usually see my veins. So if I don't have some makeup on, people literally think I'm dying sometimes. You've never seen fake lashes look good? I have, MB. Like, very subtly done, like, good ones. Oh, yeah. Put on by a fucking professional. Those shit look good. But you can't do that yourself. I've only learned how to poke myself in the eye and put on the eyeliner in these last few years, you know? You have to do something a lot to get really good at it. So unless you're putting on false lashes a lot, it's not going to be easy and it's not going to look very good. There is one little tip I have for that, which is buy the glue that is also the eyeliner. I mean, you're going to have to do a big eyeliner if you're wearing falsies. So buy the glue that dries black as eyeliner, and then it's sort of like 2 birds, 1 stone. Anyways.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and this is under cause number 3A0569002, Mr. Parent.
And we have a resolution, Your Honor.
Is that correct, Ms. Yell?
That is correct. The city moves to amend.
Wait, she didn't tell us the name or how old she is? Did we miss it? Did I miss that? I probably did because I'm fucking not listening.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Very good.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Ms. Tremaine, good morning. You're here
Good
for,
morning.
so I need to confirm, is Haley Grace Tremaine your true name?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and this is under cause number 3A0569002. Mr. Parent,
And we have a resolution, Your Honor.
is that correct, Ms. Yell?
That is correct. The city moves to amend driving license, suspend the third degree to no valid operating license in the second degree and a $200 agreed fine under RCW 46.20.015.
And Ms. Tremaine has no objection to the motion to amend. She pleads committed to the infraction and agrees to the fine amount.
All right. Ms. Tremaine, is that all correct?
Yes.
Has anyone made any threats or promises to get you to resolve your case this way?
No.
All right. I will accept the city's motion to amend to the infraction of no valid operator's license second degree. I will accept your stipulation as committed to that infraction. I will impose the agreed upon penalty of $200. I'll allow that you can do payments towards that, do community service hours or a combination thereof. Okay.
Okay.
With that, I think that'll conclude this matter. I'm sure Mr. Parent went over with you that there are a number of other courts out there that really want to see you.
Yes, yes, I know this.
All right, so let's get that taken care of. If possible, and I'm just taking a look here.
I'm so mad.
If possible, I think I see they're out of my normal area, so I'm not sure, but a lot of courts are allowing for consolidations and reductions to help you get things taken care of that are not criminal. The drive up so that it doesn't interfere with your.
Is that a pack of Marlboro Golds in her hand here? Watch.
Allowing for consolidations and reductions to help you get things taken care of that are not criminal. The drive.
Yeah. Is it Golds? They didn't say it, Debs. She's fucking us over. She's cock blocking us by not asking her all the things that she normally asks people because he negotiated a resolution as opposed to her, like they reduced it to an infraction that she pled committed to as opposed to a crime. So we're not going to hear it. But seriously, oh my gosh. First of all, we don't see cigarettes in Canada very often because they don't allow them to be shown in stores. Like you literally have to have them completely blocked from view. You can't advertise them. You can't display anything, even in a tobacco store. But all you Americans, it's proliferated our psyches somehow. So I know that's Marlboros. I imagine they're golds. When I used to smoke Export A Gold king size cigarettes. Oh my God, it's been like fucking 16 years since I smoked. Still, I'm brand loyal, which is so weird to me. But it really does make a difference when they start you young. Anyways, after this case, this one here, we're going to finish this up. We'll say goodnight for the night because we've been going for 2.5 hours and I'm going to try and come back later.
So that it doesn't interfere with your ability to get your license back. It's really
That's my prayer.
Yeah. So contact the courts and see what you can do. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And don't ignore us. Okay. We'll work with you. But as soon as it goes to collections, it becomes extremely expensive. So
exactly. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. You take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, she says. Bye-bye. You smoked camels as a child, Courtney. Oh gosh. Serious. Oh, they do hide them in the state. Well, not in all the states, Denali, Mike. I was just in Texas and I was saying that when I was down there. Anyways, you guys, I so appreciate you all, and I've got the door open. I'm very distractible. Oh, good time for med check. Final med check from, well, not final, I'll be on later, but med check time. Take your meds if you've got them. Please make sure that you've clocked in for your shift. You want to do me a super solid favor? Comment on some of my videos because it would really help. And remember that, yeah, I think so more later, Courtney. I got a couple hours. I got to go to the gym, do a couple things. But it's Friday night. Anyways, appreciate each and every one of you. Remember that I love you, I'm proud of you, and I'll see you later. Bye. You know it, Corny. That's the only reason I'm going there in my see-through leggings. Tease the boys at the gym.